Put on your Hollywood face. Welcome to the day one recap. VGG.
Oh.
X SGF.
Restart it, bro.
Day one is back. Day one is here. Day one is done. And we just watched basically 3 hours of indie games from the Guerrilla Collective. We had the Guerrilla Collective showcase itself, and then 3 publisher showcases afterwards. How are we feeling? How are we feeling, chat? How are we feeling, gamers? How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I really enjoyed this show. It's always a good one, and I just think it always brings a really good selection. Honestly, I feel like less of them this year were like
Hit for you
type of games, but they were all still really cool to see. But yeah, it was a good show.
Fish?
Pretty good show. I got my, my little horror block. They showed a lot of good games. Seemed like they were all pretty curated. Like Fern was saying, like maybe, I feel like last year we had a lot of them that hit. Yeah, and this year I feel like there's a lot of them that are like, oh, that's cool, I'll check that out, once it's out, and I'll see how it is. But I feel like even with the, I'm not gonna say underwhelming stuff that really hit for me, there was, I was telling you guys before we went live, before we came back, I still had like 16 games in there that I was like, I really want to play those.
Yeah, it's a every year it's the way I've described it now. This is the shotgun blast show. This is the one that's just like, what do you like? And with a shotgun, you're gonna get hit by some of those pellets no matter what, right? Like, no matter how far it is, it's gonna hit somewhere. And I think we definitely feel that with this one, where like even I have like Fish is run off. Fish is over it. Fish is done with SGF. I have like 20 plus. I didn't do the final count. Let me hear. I'll do it live. I'll do it live.
Whoa, right here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exactly 20.
Whoa.
Exactly 20 games on my list out of 90. So I mean, that's still a good rate,
That's a big chunk.
That's a solid rate of games, but yeah, it feels like in past years maybe there was a lot more targeted likes, but I wonder if we're seeing some of these other shows like Latin American Games Showcase, women-led games, if they're like picking their games out of showcases like this and putting them over there, and like maybe that's part of the
just more shows vying for the same game.
I mean, at the end of the day too, though, we do like still a lot of these games, and it just, again, shotgun blast,
Yep.
Whoa, I didn't even notice you sit back down.
I've been here the whole time.
What are you talking about?
Don't ask why I'm out of breath.
Oh no.
The dog was barking outside at some
see.
random person. I was like, bro, you gotta get out of there.
Damn. How could they do that?
Yeah, I think it's a great, it always is a great, Guerrilla always kicks it off, and it's always great to have Guerrilla kick it off because it's a good reminder of what we're really wanting, right? It's a good reminder of how much variety there is out there, how much the industry can appeal to so many people. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of the week because of this show, And it was a good one. It's always a good one. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Video games.
All right, so with our overall vibes done, we're going to go into a little individual interest list. We'll go me, Fern, Fish, and then in that order, popcorning. Pop, 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 pop.
Whoa, I love
Again
popcorn.
with the sound effects. I thought I was in the room with the popcorn.
You know what I mean?
I know. I was like, who left it on? It's downstairs. How's it so loud?
I've got 4 games. Fern's got 3. Fish has got 4. So we got a good selection of games here for everybody to get excited about. And I will kick off with. Can you show me the list? My first game. No.
Yes.
I don't even know what I like.
To find it. No, I know my game, but I just.
I need to know your game.
Yeah. I just need to find it in the video. This is always the fun part. Is when we spend a hot minute trying to find everything. Okay.
I think you just passed it. No. No.
I don't. Well, maybe. I don't know. See, this is why it's so hard. No, I'm right up against it. I'm right up against it.
Oh.
I'm pushing against it. Yeah, this is the last one before it. My first game to spotlight out of the Guerrilla Collective is Fallen Aces. A old school kind of vibe, first person shooter, coming from the publisher of New Blood. I've been seeing them hype the shit out of this game online for a long time. And they do fun things at events where they're like dressed up in classic 1940s gangster vibes and having a good time. This just looks like a really cool. It captures that kind of almost immersive sim vibe of like do whatever, get through this however you want, right? There's all these little opportunities to knock people off into the water. You just improvise with like you rip wood off of this box and use it as a weapon. There's a mix of melee and ranged weaponry. Like it has like a lot of really interesting concepts all working in tandem here. I really love the vibe, like the goofiness of these goons, if you will. Just hey, come on, bring it over here. It just looks really cool. It plays like a 90s FPS. Just like you can see the style of like their personality in the gameplay and in their store page, where the Steam reviews on their store page right now are, I'm not actually going to say anything else about this game because New Blood keeps putting up quotes about my dick on the store page. Fallen Ace is more like dropping deuces, and you took 15 years from me, Sonny, and now I'm going to make you pay, Tommy Vercetti. Like, they just have like a silliness to them. I really liked seeing in here, all I'd seen of Fallen Aces, I think, is the noir aesthetic. And so, like, to them, to literally show you in the trailer, as I said when we were watching it, it's almost like you could feel real time someone that was watching being like, this looks cool, but I don't really like the black and white. And then they turn that off, and it's like, it feels like that was exactly a perfect response to that. It just looks really good. They're promising, it's sad that we've gotten to this point, but on their store page they say 100% hand-drawn art, no AI. Like, it's sad that we've gotten there, but that's another thing that's really fun about it. Like, a lot of those 90s FPSs that it's trying to, be inspired by kind of have this weird 2D, 3D kind of vibe going on. And so, like, leaning fully into the hand-drawn art to make it feel like a pulpy detective comic really, really works. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. I've been following it for a little while. Yeah, just seeing some of the interesting combat systems. Yeah, I'm pretty hype. This part about jumping in with the sharks is goofy as hell. Like, clearly not supposed to do it, but he does it anyway. Punches the guy and just gets killed. Yeah. Anyone else have anything to say about Fallen Aces? I'm excited for it. Excited to. There's been opportunities to play this, and I still have not. So I'm gonna play the demo this time. I'm for sure doing it.
Nice.
No, I'm interested as hell.
Same here. Feel like you covered it all, though.
Nice.
I know you
Pretty
hit every note on that.
I do want to point out, I do, as I was saying, like, it does have the mix of like all these different kinds of like silliness and grittiness. Like, even just like going from bashing someone over the head with, the little like and then like the goofy sound effect, to shooting a guy's head and it exploding, to I don't think I really caught this the first time, watching this guy literally explode into bits here at the end. Like, it's just like, it's capturing a vibe, and like I said, having that immersive sim like approach each level however you like kind of vibe is really great too. They're saying this is not the only time we're going to see it this week. They're going to reveal the release date of episode 1, which is kind of how those 90s FPSs were released back in the day. They were kind of like episodic in their release schedules. Will be revealed at the PC Gaming Show, so we'll get the first first episode release date coming later this week, so that'll be exciting. Yeah, Fallen Aces.
Check it out. Wishlist on Steam.
Wishlist on Steam.
What about you, gamer? Your first game?
My first game is going to be Cozy Dungeons.
This was a push and pull selection where, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have them out of order.
You fool.
My first game is going to be Urban Myth Dissolution Center.
What a jump the shark. Spoilers. Yeah.
Spoilers,
Pretend
bro.
I didn't say that. Let's all pretend.
All right, go
Man,
ahead.
I can't wait for the second
Alright,
game.
got it up. Yeah, so there was kind of like a stretch like at the beginning where it was a lot of like remakes and, you know, just other things that I wasn't super interested in. This one caught my eye with the spooky vibes, the kind of trippy horror art, the sort of visual novel style. This one, I looked it up and the team doesn't seem to have really worked on a lot before. It looks like they have like one other like sort of detective series. It might have been a trilogy. And it's well rated. But yeah, seems like they haven't like worked on a lot before. So it's sort of like a detective game and you're working to like solve mysteries surrounding urban myths and legends. We saw some of those creepy fiends. I don't even know what they were. So like it's got those horror elements, but it's also like more mystery, which I can handle a little better. But yeah, so I just love the sort of like urban myth, occult, you know, mystery vibes. The art style is really amazing. Like, almost reminds me of, you know, some other things we've played. What's coming to mind is World of Horror. They're probably better examples because that one's like really, really limited color palette, but you know, this one still has that sort of limited color palette and style, but just is really like visually appealing and gorgeous to look at.
Just here, as I pause right here, they talk about this supernatural vision ability, and I think we're seeing that in play here. She like puts on these glasses and she can see this Cthulhu-like beast attached to this person here. I also want to point out this, like, there does seem to be this like evidence collection screen where you like scroll through. It looks like social media.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Looks like you'll use the social media a little bit in the like actual gathering evidence and solving the cases and stuff, which is pretty fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I this caught my eye as well. That guy's creepy.
That guy's, this scene too, like just the dragging, the hiding, that fucked me up. But
Fucked up.
Fucked up if true.
Yeah, just like really, you know, expressive characters, the sort of like.
Is this? I just realized this. Is this like Japanese Scooby-Doo? Because it's the Urban Myth Dissolution Center, so you're trying to like debunk urban myth, right? So like you hear an urban myth and you're like, okay, I'm coming in to prove this shit ain't real.
I think it might be more like you're trying to like get rid of them, like as in dissolve, maybe, or you know, like what do you call it, like sort of like exorcise them or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's the way I was reading it.
I see where you're going with that, with dissolve, and it even says like dissolving monstrous odysseys, but I feel like it's just trying to say like instead of just like solving them, you're disproving them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's Scooby-Doo. Like I feel like you're going in and it's like that's not a monster. That's Mr. Rogers. You know,
that would
like,
be fun. I would like that a lot.
So that could be an interesting angle. It could be what you're saying too, and I mean like we're clearly seeing there are like some level of the supernatural being real, right? Like because you know she's putting on these glasses and seeing things, so it's not fully Scooby-Doo, right?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I'm intrigued. Fish, anything on that one?
I mean, we were saying earlier, but this seems like a fish fern
Crossover?
combo.
What is this, a crossover episode?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
Scooby-Doo crossover.
Fern and Fish's haunted book club over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Get
I mean,
ready
it's,
for it.
I know. It looks so good. It looks spooky. It looks, you know, very narrative based. I'm excited.
All right. So next is Fish with your first game. Can you bring up the list again?
I can.
Starts with a P-O-S.
Oh, piece of
Piece
shit.
of shit game.
It's back a little bit.
This is a piece of shit game coming up.
Oh my god. No, my first game.
It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Whoa.
Yeah, I love Five Nights at Freddy's.
Unironically, though, this is actually.
I know. It looked pretty
kind of
good.
hype. I'm kind of hyped for that one. Okay,
Yeah.
let me pull.
I'm
You're
gonna
right.
Watch someone play it though.
Here we go.
It's
after
right
clock,
after that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's after clock.
That looks
There
cool
we go.
too, by the way.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing that on stream. Yeah. As it comes in here, my first game is Post Trauma. I know we did see, I think, a little teaser, like a super short teaser this last year. Developed by Red Soul Games. This is their first game. You know, exciting just because it looks fantastic.
It looks like a AAA game.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like a AAA game, like they said. Obviously, it's in UE5, so it's gonna look really great. You basically literally just play it as a middle-aged train conductor, just got somehow trapped in this place, and you're trying to find a way out back to your family. You know, as soon as we started seeing gameplay and like these, you know, wide shots of the areas and everything, it, you know, captivated me just because it's, even as the devs say in their little blurb about it, is, you know, it's inspired by the old school horror games of decades past, you know. So it's capturing that Silent Hill, that Resident Evil, that even little tidbits of Clock Tower, and, you know, stuff like that, where we don't see too much of it nowadays, because they do say that they are blending stuff like fixed camera angles, which, you know, you don't see very often anymore, because everyone wants that behind the shoulder, or they want, you know, first person or whatever it is. Those fixed camera angles kind of lend itself to creating more horror, because the developer only lets you see what they want you to see, and until it's, you know, either too late, or until it, you know, creates an atmosphere, leaves you like you're just like, I don't know what's coming, you know, you're just like that tense moment.
You're like,
but you know, as you're seeing from the trailer here, like they talk about how a lot of these environments, they're trying to blend like just like normal architecture that you're used to with like uncanny, like organic stuff that kind of just leaves you feeling super uneasy when you're in there, because that uncanny valley feeling where you're just like, oh, it looks normal, but you know it's not normal. And you're kind of just a normal dude. That's what I like. What I mentioned when we were watching the trailer earlier, is like, he doesn't look like a conventionally attractive, you know, like, it's not
star.
like, yeah, he's just a guy. He's just like, I just want to get back to my family, and I have to deal with all this. Yeah, it's their first game, very puzzle focused. According to them, you know, from what I'm reading or what I read earlier, not only does it deal with like his fears and his struggles, but there's also a big bad in the game that we haven't seen yet, it seems like. So there is a very
could it
real
be
danger.
this weird, like, religious looking figure?
Yeah.
That with like the spear that this guy.
Yeah. So they said that, like, it's not only dealing with like the Silent Hill aspect of it, you know, like dealing with some mental illness, or, you know, just dealing with your own personal struggles, but also something actually trying to kill you out there. So yeah, I mean, I am hard in on this, especially with the UE5. It's going to look beautiful once it comes out. And it just looks like a real spooky time that I'm going to be hard in on.
I like Fern's notes for this one. It says, middle-aged guy fight nasty monsters in hallways. It's great. It's honestly a solid.
I always take
summation.
really
You could
good
say that
shout
about so many games. Like
I know.
Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, true. Silent Hill 4.
Silent Hill 4 is just middle-aged guy finds spooky things in a hallway.
Yeah, I agree with you know, you covered a lot of ground there. I I like to emphasize that same thing you said. Like, it's just a guy. It's just a guy in here trying to survive. And I feel like we're missing that. Like, that is, like we just said, that is Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 4, you know, Silent Hill 1. Like, so many of those games were the part of the feeling of helplessness was that you were just a guy. You're just a middle-aged guy just in this, you know, put into these scenarios instead of, like, you know, it had its own appeal, but like with Resident Evil, it was you're like a cop. You're like a soldier. You're a guy ready to fight, you know? So, like, it helped, right? It made you feel a little more powerful. And then when you were still feeling helpless, it made it even worse, right? That, like, I shouldn't be feeling helpless. I'm a buff cop guy, you know? But instead you
big
were.
buff baby.
You know, it had that nice balance. I like returning, reject modernity, return to middle-aged guy. And yeah, it just looks really good. I like, yeah, like you said, I'm curious. You're talking about the mix of perspectives, this seems to be like a fixed camera angle sequence where you're going through this hallway and it's from up above, you know, rather than over the shoulder, so you're not sure what's ahead of you. And then, I don't know if you saw anything mentioning this, but this next sequence coming up here goes first person, seemingly. And so that's interesting, because, like, I think the blending of, you know, as I talk about, I can handle third. First person still can get me sometimes. Even the, like, babyest first person horror games can get me. Like, so, like, not really even being sure, like, when you enter a room, what angle, what perspective you're going to be entering that room in is an interesting layer of the fear there that I think is interesting. So
yeah, just from what I'm seeing over here, like, you'll see the fixed camera angles, the fixed where it's following you, not just like in the corner of the room. Like, there's going to be somewhere like the it's slowly revealing as you're walking through. So, like, I feel like the devs probably play with perspective a lot, and it's just to kind of create those scares.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. All right, back to me, and my next game is one that we were all hyped for. Where's this on the? It's put towards the back end a little bit. Is in this tactics section, actually. So, where's this one? Oh, God. Still quite a ways away. Okay, here's this guy. That game was cool. These two, the RPG section started strong. Beloved Rapture, Dungeon Crawler, and Cappy.
Yeah, apparently. I think Baba's.
My next game is a world premiere game.
World premiere.
That doesn't show much gameplay here, but is immediately selling its vibe, selling its world. This is Wild Tactics. So this is a fun little criminal heisty kind of vibe where you and your criminal team, you got the stoic sniper, you got the over it leader, you got the over excited pyro fox, and the NB bat, as I said. This just looks really cool, like the aesthetic, and I'll pull up some screenshots because there are screenshots on their Steam page for this game. But the little fun detail we learned after we were, you know, when we were getting this list together, this, and Glory, if you're out there still, this is also in Clawville, which is the world of Chicken Police, which is the world of Moses and Plato. And so it's this, the Wild Gentleman is the developers behind those games. They are building a universe, man. And so this is so cool to see them really investing in their universe and not feeling like they have to do one style of game, one style of look within that universe, constantly changing it up a bit and doing more with it. Furries are taking over, and you know what? I'm for it at this point. I mean, look at this. Look at this.
Arf, am I right, guys?
Yeah, Wild Tactics. This looks really cool. Let me pull up the. Here, we'll close this not close it, but just bring this tab over to this window so I can show you some of these screenshots so we can see it in full. So yeah, it's going to be a tactical turn-based tactics game, but again, you have those very specific roles that everyone plays, right? So it looks like the little overeager fox is actually a commando type. We see up here, we see the big sheep bruiser type. I assume something like that, right? That was like the muscle coming in. Looks like we got a snake or a Komodo dragon of some sort, and a gorilla. Let's see some more here. Looks like, yeah, there is a fun little, hopefully like a little base that you plan each mission at in between, level people up, something like that. We got Nadja, the leader. So this is the smoker in the trailer here in Clawville streets. I'll be curious to see if we do see, if we're playing as the criminals, seemingly, this time. Well, I don't know. They're attacking what seems to be a criminal, so they could be good guy, or
vigilantes.
I think it said something on the Steam page description about like they're fighting criminals.
Okay, so they're like, yeah, they're sick of the police taking their time, and they're going in and handling it their way. So yeah, let's look here.
War against organized crime.
War against organized crime. Uncover the conspiracy in the animal-populated city of Clawville and find the mastermind behind its downfall. Focusing on gritty and dark themes for the aesthetic and the struggles of a diverse cast of characters, the game presents a harsh world that desperately needs heroes. Too bad it only got the W.I.L.D squad.
Not the heroes we need, but the heroes we want.
15 missions, cutscenes, XCOM-like combat. Just looks like it's got social system.
Love a social system.
The relationships between your squad mates will change how the game plays. Yeah, I'm so into this. I'm so into the world that Wild Gentlemen are making with their Clawville. I guess I should have put that together because I did see that at the end, but yeah, I'm super excited for that. That looks really interesting, and I'm excited to see where Clawville's world goes next. Do you guys got anything on that one?
I mean, yeah.
Nothing more.
The only question I had was like, what's the gameplay like? But after seeing the screenshots and stuff, I'm just more excited for it, just because I do love me an XCOM like.
We love XCOM.
Where's XCOM 3? Pull them out.
I mean, 2K is supposed to be at Summer Game Fest, so
if we get an XCOM reveal, I will shit on the ground.
Yeah, there's another XCOM-like game that's going to be shown that I played the demo of that I'm in love with and probably will be writing about for VGG this week. That's going to be pretty fun once it's shown this week. But yeah, no, Wild Tactics. That's that was a world premiere, brand new game, and I'm all for it. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Fern, you're up.
Next up, you're never gonna believe. I want to talk to you about Cozy Dungeons.
I went on to your third game.
What?
Oh
my god!
This isn't it. It's after this, but I gotta go find the other one. I forgot. Was it after this? Yeah, it was. I'm lost, bro.
Gosh dang it!
There's Demon School, so it's coming up.
After that. Immediately after my first game.
I think this is it.
Yep.
All right, Cozy Dungeon.
What? I never would have guessed that from you.
Some people I think missed this one. Glory Cat might have missed this one. Might be interested in it. So what this one is it showed us like you're going in, you're clearing out these dungeons. It's got a little like action combat. You're clearing them out of these monsters and goblins, and then also just like cleaning them, and then once you do that, it becomes like a decorating game, and you get to just like decorate the inside of this room, and then apparently it's like you're doing that for clients.
Yeah, so
I think we saw in one of these, like, you put like a pool in, probably something was requested by your client, like to put in a pool, and then they're like chilling in a little, pool tube. And so, you're fulfilling their needs, you're doing the action, and then you're making somebody happy, giving them a little unicorn. And then yeah, here we saw it also has like just some puzzle elements that you have to do to move on. It doesn't look like anything, you know, super in depth. It's just pulling a couple levers here. But you know, it's fun that there's that little added element of having to do something else to keep moving through the dungeons. That's fun. And yeah, you know, I just love a little decorate a room, bring people in, fulfill people's needs, you know, like bear and breakfast type of stuff.
Yeah, this feels like it's right up your alley, right? Where like there is the combat, but it's not like
the focus.
Yeah.
and it's not like too complex, you know,
right.
like
It looks pretty simple.
It is just like a neat thing, and then there's the almost like power wash, like level of like satisfying cleanup
Just
that
all
you
my
do.
interests.
And then you have
And
the
then
bear
it's
and
like,
breakfast
yeah,
kind
bear and
of
breakfast, Animal Crossing, like
of like you have a certain requirement for the. So it seems like these dungeons are like clients used to live here, but then it got overtaken by monsters, and so you're hired to go in, clean it up, get it out, restore it to what it used to be.
Yeah.
And then you're free to go. And it seems like you're going multiple rooms, right? That's why we were joking, right? Like we saw 33 minutes. Like I don't think that's just one room, right? Like I think that is several, like going through a whole dungeon,
right.
and cleaning it up. Where's my mouth? Oh no!
What happened?
I clicked
You
out of it.
lost it. Classic.
You fool.
There you go. But yeah, I like having these certain requirements. Well, the thing I wanted to shout out for my little take here is I like the goofy kind of like. I mean, overall, you can tell this is like kind of a goofier vibe. Like it's very cartoon-y. Oh, what? I'm still watching, bro. Thank you. It said thanks for tuning in.
So get out of here. You've been here too long.
You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Wait, it's doing it again.
Wow.
I'm trying to just show one specific screen, please. Yeah, when I get to this, but it's like not wanting to show it. Oh. Let's see. I think it's coming up here. Is this like, yeah, this kind of goofy like what infomercial vibe, right? Like you're being hired for this role. You got this like, you know, we clean up for you, you know, and seeing that cheekiness come through with like, yeah, potentially that's your client. They said this is a tutorial dungeon, so like potentially your client's like following you through as you clean it up and being like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, I want this, and this. And they also seem to like imply that the quests the clients give you as far as like how they want you to clean it up and what they want you to put in aren't like just told to you, right? Like it'll be like, hey, I want something fancy put near my visage, my beautiful visage, and you see there's like a painting of the guy, so you're like, okay, let me put, you know, in the trailer they put down piles of gold or something, you know, like stuff like that, where it's like you kind of have to interpret their requests, which is a fun thing too. Yeah, I'm. This is the one that we fought. We were like pushing and pulling between us.
I win.
Fish,
Nice.
What's your take on Cozy Dungeons Inc?
I mean, I agree with everything Fern said. Like, I love, you know, a dungeon crawler. I love decorating. I love satisfying people. And like, it's just, it mixes all the aspects of a lot of the games. No pause.
Oh!
It hits all those notes of the things you like from different games and just puts them all in one. You know, with that kind of goofy art style and goof to it. So it's going to be a good play. I know Shazami's probably going to jump day one on this. It's just a VGG classic just in the mix already.
Yeah, it's another thing I want to point out is like it's kind of in between like the reason, you know, where we keep saying Shazami is like kind of feels like House Flipper a little bit. We know Shazami is all in on that, and like those games I do like, but like this takes like that concept and almost the like Tiny Glade, Summer House, where it's like you're making a place, but those games are just you're making a place. That's the point of the game. But this is you're making a place, you're clearing it out, you're doing puzzles. Like it adds all those gamey elements around it to like beef it up in a way that I Yeah, I do like those games, but like, I do like to have a goal, a set, path ahead of me, and so like, I like what Cozy Dungeons is doing with that.
Yeah.
All right, fish.
Who would have thunk the next game on my list?
Wait a second. Is it another scary?
What the hell?
You like scary games?
Never. And what I was just reading about earlier, once you get there, so it is Hollow Body, which I was ranting and raving about when it came up.
Oh, FNAF jump scare before we got into Hollow.
Yeah. I know Sam was in here earlier. We were pretty excited about Hollow Body. It is, almost coded as a classic survival horror, but it lends more itself to Silent Hill, but just a more like tech noir rather than your organic gross. This is what I recognize as more futuristic, cyberpunky. You do play as Micah or Mika, however you'd like to say that, who's a black market shipper that gets trapped in an exclusion zone in the future, and like 20 miles in every direction is just this. So it's just her trying to find her partner and get out. So what I was mentioning earlier is that not only does this game look great, but they are VGG alumni here.
Oh.
They had games in Chain and the Haunted PS1 demo did.
Oh, fun.
So we know them already, and obviously we do here enjoyed both of those collections of games. I didn't get to quite see what games they worked on. Yeah, but I know we enjoyed pretty much all the games in those collections. So we do know them here. Same thing, it's a very Silent Hill 2-esque, gonna be focused on puzzles, a lot of fixed camera angles. What's nice about this is that it's fully voice acted, so we don't have to sit there, and have 18 parts of a stream if we don't want to. It's all fully voice acted. And don't have to strain our voices trying to do everything.
Fern's over there.
Can't relate.
So listen, I just know that we'll sit there and read, a novel's worth of dialogue, and we're like, my throat hurts. So yeah, it's very much focused on, everything's limited, your resources are limited, you have to solve puzzles, and you have to kind of plan out how you want to tackle these, not only these enemies, but these puzzles and kind of the story. What I do enjoy about this is that even though this is a very old school horror type of game, they do, make it clear that there are basically difficulty toggles for everything from the puzzles to the combat and everything, so you can enjoy the game at your own pace. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm really bad at the combat in this game, so I don't think I could play it. You can change that and all that. So yeah, this has been on my radar for a while, since I think last year when I don't know if they first teased it last year, but I first saw it last year. I've been had it wishlisted already, and I love the narrative of this, because you're literally just going in. You're a criminal, but your only objective here is you are trying to find your partner so you can get out. And yeah, should be coming. I think they said this year.
Yeah.
But love tech noir, love a criminal, love gay, and love old school horror.
Yeah, this one's another one. This is, as I've been trying to spread my horror game wings in recent years, this is one I've been keeping an eye on, and I'm like, I think I can handle this one. And it's showing some interesting things here in this trailer. A big combat focus in this trailer towards the end, showing off kind of the classic kind of vibe, and where almost combat is more to distract and get away from enemies, showing kind of a versatility of combat styles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just scrolling through the trailer here. It was really eye catching. Yeah, mm-hmm. I just really think this is weirdly beautiful, this little shot right here. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Sam, who was here earlier, was saying, Silent Hill 3 is a big inspiration for them, and I know a lot of people, there's that big constant war of like 2 or 3, which one's the best Silent Hill, and I know a lot of people love 3, and so like seeing that be given some more love, that era This is interesting. Like, is this her home base? Like, what's going on here? Like going nutty, trying to find their partner and get out of here. The spear.
There are 2 demos out, I think, right now. They just released the demo on Friday.
Nice.
A new one. So if you're interested and you just want to check it out, you're like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna be for me. You can definitely just check it out.
Yeah, I'm excited. Was that a dog?
Zombie
dog
as well. I love a zombie dog. Self-published as well. So definitely want to support them. Just because it's hard to not be under the umbrella of a publisher, a big publisher, to try and get your game out there. So
hell yeah,
I will be on this like me on chicken wings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to find Fern's next game here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Mine were all like
I know.
right in the same little chunk there.
That was the Fern block.
Fern woke up and then went back to bed. Okay, it's almost there. It's almost there.
Almost. All right. So my last one that I wanted to talk about, we're jumping ahead because I got roped into a work meeting. I'm so sorry, but
Yeah.
but
Well, you're next up anyway. What do you mean?
no, you.
No. It goes Nate, Fern, Fish.
You're Nate.
You're Nate.
Wait, you're right.
I was like, what are you talking about?
The math doesn't add up. I'm so confused. The next one I want to talk about is Little Problems, which is a cozy detective game in the lineage, inspired. Many games have been inspired by The Case of the Golden Idol. The real ones,
My goat.
you know them. Yeah, there's just like a whole sort of a family. Like
Yeah.
it's at the top of the family tree, and then it's just branching all these little ones. And I actually just realized this is published by PlayStack 2, which is the same publisher as Case of the Golden Idol. And they publish like bangers all the time. Exclusively, I would say. So I have a very good feeling about this. And basically, it's like a cozy take on Case of the Golden Idol, which, is pretty grimy, pretty, like...
Disgusting!
It's meant to be a little disgusting. This is, like, cozy slice of life, like, finding, joy in the mundane kind of thing, which obviously I love. And so it's about solving mysteries that are, just really minor inconveniences, like problems that would happen to you in real life. It gives the examples of, like, you overslept and missed your first lecture of the day, or your class assignment is due, but you need to figure out what time you were supposed to meet your study group. So, I think it's just going to be sort of parsing through all of these really, everyday items for clues, and then
doing the Golden Idol thing of
doing the thing
of here. I'll wait for that screen to pop up of piecing together through everything you learn.
And it looks fairly in depth. Like, what I was gonna say is I'm trying to like work my way up a little bit to Case of the Golden Idol and games like that. And so we just played Duck Detective, which is, I would say, looks
I think
even
it's
a little simpler than this one.
No, if anything, I would say, well, yeah, but I think, like, narratively, step closer to Golden Idol than this. Just because it is actually crime.
I'm not
and it's
talking
like,
about that. I'm talking about, like, just the ease of it. Like, this looks like a lot more in depth than what we saw in Duck Detective, I would say. So, just trying to inch my way up through gamer school to get to those, like, sort of brain-breaking mysteries, detective games. But just in general, this definitely looks like one I want to play. Enjoy a little a little slice of life. The insignificant issues. Talks about this game isn't about saving the world, it's about enriching it, one little problem at a time.
Yeah, like yeah, as you said at the beginning, you're like, wait, what is this? Because of this opening, but I was like, oh, it's little problems. You're like, what do you mean? What? That's not. Is this different kind of game? I was like, no, it's emphasizing it. No, it's not about that.
This is not what this game is.
It's not about murder. It's not about scary monsters or guns. It's literally, you wake up and it's like, yeah, as you see here in the opening, you see your mug has been broken and you're trying to be like, who broke my mug? And then you like piece together through post-it notes that were left behind and all these other things. You try to figure out exactly what happened here. This has been one that's been on my list because we do have that connect. We have some love over at PlayStack. They've done Balatro. They've done Golden Idol, Abiotic Factor. Like they are just
baby.
Banger after banger.
They don't
there.
miss.
They do not miss. PlayStack. And yeah, now Little Problems, which is really cool. It's really interesting to see a publisher of one game snatch up another of like that kind of like same vibe. Usually like you just see these like these games pop up on other sides of the gaming industry, but for them to be like, you know what, we like Golden Idol, come on over to our side, we'll pull you under the same umbrella,
Yeah.
is really cool. And yeah,
like that's a successful formula. I'm gonna hold on to it.
Another thing I want to shout out is I love their like kind of distinctive little art style here of like what's detailed, what's not, playing with that aspect, and then having a deep dive into each item to like get more information. This is very Golden Idol, where you click into someone and then like they have their inventory of stuff and you parse through that to find out stuff about them. Yeah, I'm intrigued. It is Golden Idol. It like really mechanically is playing like Golden Idol. Like I think on the level of progression of difficulty to play, I'd say Duck Detective, and then honestly I think based on what I'm seeing here, it's Golden Idol Little Problems, honestly. Maybe a little more straightforward just because it is more mundane, everyday activities happening, but yeah. I dare friend to play this while wearing cookie earrings.
I'll have to find cookie earrings. That's not yet in my collection.
Fish, you got anything on Little Problems?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested. I haven't gotten to Case of the Golden Idol yet. It's on my backlogs. But I do know it is right up our alley because we here, well, at the VGG headquarters and then over here at the Fish headquarters, we all do love a detective, a mystery game, a puzzle solving game, where we just sit down with our notebooks and I don't know if this is going to be as crazy as that. I mean, but we do love a little mystery.
Look how many boxes there are.
That's a lot of boxes to solve. Man.
That's true. Gotta ad lib it up.
Yeah, I definitely a VGG interest game, and again, shout out PlayStack. Speaking of, let's just say I've got an inkling that we may see Rise of the Golden Idol. I haven't gotten any like emails or anything. I'm gonna make that clear, but I think
Nate breaking NDA over here for this.
No. I think it's happening. I think it's showing up here. So I'm excited because Rise of the Golden Idol is.
It's coming.
I'm excited. You got to get out of here.
I gotta skedaddle. I'm sorry.
Boo.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna watch the rest of your recaps later. You both have what? Like
games.
one more game each?
I have two.
Nate's got two.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Boo. Yeah, that's right, Jaireen. Boo.
Boo.
Finish. I don't know how long this is gonna take.
Okay. All right. So my next game. I gotta pull up
my next game.
My next game is actually towards the start of the show is gone. I'm out. Dang. That's fucked up.
That's fair. Fair though.
It's one of the last games shown in the first half of the show. before the publisher showcases. I believe. It's so much harder without Julie here.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere back here. Let me see. It's before this.
It's after Munch.
Munch
you got
me. Yeah. My next game, actually, is Constance, which is a 2D Metroidvania, all hand-drawn, with so much movement, so much going on. It's giving Celeste. It's giving almost Chicory, like you said, just because of the paintbrush and the artistry vibes. And honestly, those two games are the perfect summation, because I did receive a press release for this one. And let's just read this opening line. Featuring a paintbrush-wielding artist striving to escape from a colorful but decaying inner world created by her declining mental health. Constance lets you experience a constant state of flow via its paint-based mechanics. It's hitting all the marks. As I said, this one's got juice, folks, when I was watching. This one's got something. Keep an eye out for Constance. The more I read about it, the more I'm so intrigued by it. Again, just the stunning animation that we have here. There are going to be 6 unique worlds within her inner world here, as you are working to understand her struggles and unlock her creativity and find her purpose. It's really like, if you didn't know, Celeste, which is a beautiful platformer, actually has a great mental health storyline within it, and is a big reason I fell in love with that game. And so this looks like it's doing the same, but in a vastly, more action-packed genre. I just cannot get over how beautifully animated this is. This is coming to us from BTF, self-published. Looks like they have some really beautiful games. Now that I'm looking at their page, I haven't really seen them before. Ah, yeah, okay. Now I know who they are. They're behind this point-and-click adventure game I've been interested in for a while, called Truberbrook, which is a 1960s like European adventure game that looks really good. They have a dinosaur game called Playful Paleontology that looks really beautiful. Just came out a couple weeks ago, actually. Yeah, this is just a studio known for making beautiful looking things, I guess, because wowee. And I just truly, it's this is kind of one of those things where it's just like, watch this trailer and don't come away wanting this on your wish list immediately. And I like, how does that happen? It just, like, the fluidity of these animations. As when we were watching this, I was saying, like, I'm not going to be playing the game like this, or I eventually will, and it will feel really cool. Yeah, I'm just so ready for this. I'm curious what this painting system is all about. It's probably, I caught something, chat. I caught something. We joked about this last year when I think we were dissecting the Tiny Bookshop trailer and being like deep diving into like frame by frame, and like, all right, you see this? I think this is the mechanic. You see that on the post to the right? It says useless. So this is an artist who's telling themselves they're useless. They're not worth this.
Trash on the left.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Look, what is it? Bad right there to the right.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't believe in themselves. You have to help them believe in themselves through this platforming adventure. Just like, it's hitting all the marks, right? It's hitting all the marks. I'm excited for this. Fish, do you have anything on Constance?
Yeah, I mean, the art is just beautiful, and I know I was thinking it while we were watching the trailer, but I didn't want to just pigeonhole it. But I was like, yeah, it's giving me, like it's the next Hollow Knight, where people just fall in love with it because of not only the art but the story, and everything, how it plays, because it does look like super smooth, and it's just a game that just captivates you as soon as you start playing it, or even just watch it. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna be amazing. It is very, Nate coded over here. But but yeah, I'm excited to see more of this. Did they give a date for this?
It says 2025. So
Okay, so next year we'll definitely see it. Hopefully we get like a demo or something in the next year.
Yeah, I want to get hands on with this now. And yeah, Vidi, another game about depression. Okay, there's people have depression. Vidi, is it coming out before Silksong? I mean,
Ooh.
we'll see. You know, that could be. Some people have rumored that could be a little Summer Game Fest surprise. That could be one of those things. I just even here, right? This scene. I'm gonna do the opposite of our time travel. I'm gonna do in 0.5, just because look at the facial animations here and the reactions they have to each other. She's like nervous and like sweaty. He like bounces back and I sweat. Just so cool. This looks so good. I can't wait for this. Constance, like I said, it's got juice. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, this fast travel system.
Looks like the map maybe, but it looks like when when you go over that's open.
Yeah.
So it looks like everything's like another piece of art, like another canvas.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, here it looks like a little Polaroid. So it's like, is that a save? And then you get to just jump straight into a fight that you were like struggling with, maybe? Like, that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious what's this. There's some secret depth going on here with some of their systems that I'm curious about. But yeah, Constance. Like I said,
you know,
it's got juice. In doing this for as long as I have, you know, there's something I latch on to some games and I know like that's something, chef. And Constance, that's something.
Also, I agree with Vidi that more games need to be about being manic.
We got the depression games. We need mania games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me find your last one. Oh no, you still have two more.
I still got two more too.
Okay, yeah. Okay, where's this one? This one is. Or no, this is the post. This is in the publisher showcase.
Was it?
Yeah. It's right here.
Where is it? Oh yeah, it is.
All right.
You are Shrek.
Your next
game. My third game. Surprise, surprise! It's not horror.
What the heck?
It's gonna be big boy boxing. Nate can tell you, my entire life, I've been in a punch-out coded individual. I've been playing, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, even before it was just Punch-Out, where they took out Mike Tyson. I was playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out through my childhood into Super Punch-Out, into regular Punch-Out. I love these types of games. I love it. It's basically just a boss rush type of game. But they've taken this, who's it? Soup Masters has taken this to kind of the next level, kind of modernized it. This is hand animated pixel art, so you can see all the, just like we're just talking about in Constance, like it's all super fluid, and it's super beautiful the way that the characters move, and everything has like every boss is its own like super big out there personality. You're just a little guy, just
wild
like a
dude.
little mech is.
This guy's a wild dude.
Just wild dude. And they talk about how a lot of this they emphasis like on slapstick comedy. So it's it's going to be a very funny game, very personality driven game. And not only that, but because Punch Out and stuff, they're fun, and you have your super punch and all that. But here, there's a campaign with 15 bosses, and the bosses play differently because you can customize yourself with perks, abilities.
Yeah.
So it's heavier or more fleshed out than just like a Punch Out. So the more you play, you can change out different abilities and different specials, or however, whatever they end up doing with this. But not only that, but they also have like a post game or like a harder mode where they have like beefed up versions of the bosses. So you can go back and replay it again if you're like, oh, this is too easy for me now. Like I already know their patterns, or I already know how this is gonna go, so I can just kind of breeze through it. You can, kind of just get the harder versions of them and kind of tweak your skills. And I know even Fern was like super into this. Like it sucks that Fern's not here right now. But I think you guys played at PAX, right?
Yeah.
And you guys had come back and be like, oh, this is a fish type of game. You guys, the demo's out, go play it. And I was basically, Fern and I were playing the demo and like trying to beat each other's scores in the demo. So it's just a fun time because it's simple, but it's also, it's this type of game where it's, easy to play, hard to master. It's just gonna be a fun time, just because it's just a blast to play these types of games, because it's only bosses, only bosses.
Keep pushing.
Yeah, just keep pushing it. And if you lose, you're just right back in the fight. I wonder if they're gonna do it like Punch Out, where if you lose a fight, you just kind of move on, and then you come back for a rematch. Like you get it follows a story where it's not like, okay, like you lost, but you get to come back and kind of re-challenge, and now that you're leveled up or whatever. They do say there's also mini games in between these fights, so maybe like to level up or like to train or something. Like we just had cutscenes back then that showed you training and everything, but now you could probably choose specific things you want to train on or level up. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. I don't think we have a date for this yet either.
Soon, I feel like they've been.
It says, hold on. I think they said summer this year. Big Boy Boxing's ropes ready for the summer. So, hopefully, I don't know, but I'm excited for this. I know Fern's excited for this. Nate's probably excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to punch some wild dudes.
Here's I paused it here because it's got to look at seemingly the perk system. So every 10th punch explodes. It seems like there's a healing one. So every punch you land gets you part of some health back. Thunderstorm seems to maybe tie into the super punch lightning bolt thing stash you have here. I just want to point out, like, part of what's great about it having such fluid animation is it makes it that much easier to read, their patterns and stuff, and their intentions. Where some of the old ones, it's like you have to wait for a pixel to change, to like be able to be like, oh, he's gonna do this. It is cool. I would be curious to see if this is the same as Punch Out, where like you can play this like based just purely on audio cues too, where like people do blindfolded runs of Punch Out all the time because of that, and being able to detect the patterns in that way. Just want to let's quickly see if we can get a quick look at each of the bosses. Welcome. We got Coach Skank.
Classic.
We got Titanic 5000, the classic big boy boss. I mean, it's big boy boxing, right? You got this one's fun too, Mr. Adultman, and it's just literally it is 3 kids stacked on top of each other. And other shots you see, like the middle part like opens, you see like a kid poking out, like, oh, oops, like that's fun. We got a wild dude. I genuinely still don't know what his deal is, but I'm into it.
He's just wild.
We got Freezy Boy,
which I something we saw about. That we'll probably see in the trailer a little bit further. Freezy Boy, I wonder if all the bosses are going to have it, because he levels up in the middle of this fight. He goes from Freezy Boy to something to Ice Cold Killer, where he just like kind of beefs up into like a Giga Chad.
Multi-phase,
Yeah, so that seems pretty cool.
Bruno the Banana, this like almost feels like a full-on call out to
that's King Hippo from
King Hippo, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she was there for like a second. This is the boss one of the bosses we fought at. I think we fought Coach Skank and this boss, Trigger Happy, which reminds me of what's her name? Did anyone watch? I think it's called Cats Don't Dance, and then the villain of that was Darla. She was supposed to be like a child actress that was like controlling. Totally that same vibe as Trigger Happy here. But yeah, just Jim Chad, like it's such great concepts for characters. Here's really fun. I think one of the kids has jumped off and is punching you from the side off the stage. Just really fun concepts here. And something that we really caught our eye at PAX. They had a full-on boxing ring where you could go up and play in front of, like, on the big screen in the middle of the boxing ring in front of everyone. And I think if you won, you like got some kind of fun giveaway that they would give you. So they're going all in on this one, and for good reason. It's got a lot of good vibes. Yeah, here's the Freezy Boy turning into
Freezy Boy?
Ice Cold Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toxic Love. Yeah, just looks really great.
You punch him in the ass? Go with whatever. just past the ice cold killer part. Like Coach King turned around and you punched him in the butt.
Let's see. Going frame by frame, you know.
Frame
I
by
like
frame.
doing it for these like really well animated ones too, because it lets you see like just how good the animation is, you know. Where's the butt punch?
It was like right there. No, that's
It's way
what you did in
before.
chat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You like punch him in the ass. Dude.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how far this goes and like how. One thing I'd be interested to see is if there is like difficulty scaling at all, for folks that, you know, I'm not amazing at these kinds of games, but I am intrigued by them. So I'd be curious to see if they have any difficulty scaling. But yeah, Big Boy Boxing. It's been on our to watch list for a while, and I'm pretty hyped for that.
Yeah.
So my last game is also in this We're now in the publisher showcase segment. Well, this is gonna be perfect for us, Fish. I don't know if you noticed, our 2 games are back to back
Nice.
to end here. We are not highlighting anything from Assemble. There were some good games there, but just know if you wish list a game from Assemble, this dog gets a treat. So get out there.
Zoe gets a treat.
Get out there and give Zoe some treats. But my last game is not Crypt Custodian, but Sonzai, which again is one of those games that they started reading out concepts, ideas, and I was in. Character action, social link based RPG, JRPG elements, day-to-day routines and schedules that you got to maintain. Yes. The art style also is just so beautiful. You're seemingly living in this like it's obviously a Japanese city, but like, is there like, are those shadow people just people you're tuning out and you know, you're not paying attention to them, or are they like demon people? Who knows? But yeah, okay, so Sonzai is like they said, a blend of, instead of it's like Persona, but instead of just JRPG full turn based, it is character action. So it's an action RPG where action RPG where after each combat section you come back to the city and you go through these different activities. Like they mentioned in the store page, you can go to this boba bar and hang out with people and get gossip, or you can go volunteer at the orphanage, or you can, you know, hang out with a specific friend to build that social link to presumably give you special abilities that help you in the combat when you get in there. It's just a fun that concept from oh wait, what is this? Oh, there is actually like RPG. But it doesn't seem like it's any of the characters. I'm curious about this. That fun push and pull between the like the visual novel-esque, you know, relationship building, and then that enhancing your abilities in the other half of the game. Like Persona has made that work so well, and it makes sense in RPG, but it's fun to now see people figuring out how to implement that within other genres here now with an action character action focused game. Looks really, like, I'm just so excited for this conceptually, and like just seeing these brief snippets of gameplay like they showed here. This fishing mini game that seems like it's pure, it's like straight out of Stardew Valley, like that same keep the bar on the fish, you know, buying gifts for people, maintaining all your stats. I'm so in for everything that's going on here, and I'm curious to see where this story goes. How deep do these social links go? The development team's from India, so that's pretty hyped too. Yeah, I'm all in on this. This is hitting on all the you can get a musket in this game. Like, excuse me? Yes.
Musket gameplay.
Musket gameplay and a demon slaying adventure. Excuse me? Give it to me now. Yeah, I'm excited. Beautiful, like just truly like I think, you know, we hear hand drawn art styles all the time, right? But there's something to the like truly like the sketchiness of what they've got here that like
pencil drawing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it really helps like feel like a person did this. Like sometimes like Constance is also beautiful, and I'm amazed that a person can do that, but like it feels like so like incomprehensibly good, right? This feels like I can see the person making this and drawing these frames, and you know, leaving in those stray lines from time to time, and it just in a way that's so beautiful. Yeah, like I'm so into it. I'm so into the blending of, again, social RPG mechanics with the character action gameplay. So into what they're doing here with Sonzai. And yeah, Fish, anything you've got?
I mean, you kind of hit every note there, but yeah, it's just a beautiful game. It blends a lot of different genres of games into one that's just it's gonna hit. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
For me, it's definitely a. I'll check it out once it's out, because it is more of a Nate type game. But I do want to at least watch someone play this, just because it does look like a beautiful game, and it's probably gonna be a very good story. So I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes on this. I'll add it to my wish list, just because, you know, if it comes around, it comes around, and I'm not gonna say no to a game if it lands in my lap.
The other thing I appreciate about the social sim RPG thing that Persona kind of like popularized is that like making decisions of like, you see in the upper right, you got the calendar, you got the clock is ticking, and it's like you have to either get to the end of this dungeon by this certain amount of days and and then, but then you also have like certain like friends that only want to hang out on certain days, and so it's like that constant like, I gotta get deeper in the dungeon, but the person I'm trying to romance like wants to hang out today. I'm going to hang out with them. You know, like you have to make difficult decisions about who you hang out with, when you hang out with them, when you go to the orphanage, when you don't, when you know, like it's just such a fun push and pull, and yeah, adds that layer of tension that you have in real life when you make these decisions that is super fun.
Hell yeah.
And I don't even have to, this is beautiful because I don't have to do anything as I just restart the video for your last game. Sonzai, let's see, yeah, did they have, no, I don't think they even had a year on this one, so this is
probably, yeah, at least a year out.
Yeah.
Then rolling in straight into my game, my last game, a surprise, is Labyrinth of the Demon King. Yeah, this, as soon as I started seeing this tiny little trailer there, I was like, oh, this is definitely a me type of game. You got the like 10 frame per second, you know, scary scenes like Fatal Frame or your Siren. Yeah. So this is a first person game, so this may not be for everyone. All you motion sickness girlies out there and your too spooked girlies out there, you know, this may not be for you. This is very much a me type of game. This is J.R. Hudepol's first game. That's the dev of this game. And so far it looks fantastic. You are playing as, just reading the little blurb here about the story. Society is crumbling in feudal Japan. War is spread to the country because these demons are coming out, and the Demon King has, you know, taken over the land. And you play as Ashigaru, a foot soldier in the service of Lord Takeda Nobumitsu, and your lord has sacrificed himself for you to escape. And instead of escaping, you have vowed to take down the Demon King, and, you know, save everyone. So, you know, love sacrifice, love, you know, I fight for my friends type of deal. So, this does blend a lot of different genres. To me, I was getting, you know, Fatal Frame, but, you know, with the first person combat and everything, it is on them saying that it is, you know, Resident Evil, Silent Hill with its aesthetics and everything, but also Kingsfield. I don't know if you guys remember Kingsfield from way back in the day, which is like a first person dungeon crawler. So that's definitely exciting for me because you don't see many, you know, who out there is that sitting right now. It's like, oh, Kingsfield mentioned, let me perk up. So it is very much, you're basically in a labyrinth. It's, you know, it's in the title, solving puzzles and fighting these demons. You do, I don't know if we saw them in the trailer, but there is apparently ranged combat as well as melee combat. So they do say that resources are very limited, so pick and choose when you want to use your ranged combat. And there will be also companions and allies. So I'm excited to see, what comes of that. The graphics are obviously very retro, but they do say that they are keeping the 4x3 aesthetic for this game.
Very cool.
So I'm very excited about that, just because it is, very much a style choice, and I enjoy that choice because I'm an old man. And the one of their bullet points for features is so funny because they do say that they feature loading screen doors. Bring them back, baby. Love that little break of, like, I just got through something. Give me like the 4 seconds it takes to load the next room, just to breathe.
It's funny that like it's now a reprieve where before it was supposed to build that tension, right? Of like, okay, what's gonna be in this door? Like, you gotta wait for it, and
then it kicks in. And you're like, oh, it's even worse than the last room.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this. What's nice about this is that this is, as this takes place in feudal Japan, this is fully voice acted in Japanese.
Very cool.
Not in English, but in Japanese. So I'll probably be playing it, in fully voice Japanese English subtitles. Yeah, I'm a sub boy. Hey, pause. So I'm very excited about that. I don't think we got a date for this one either. But I would definitely be keeping a close eye on this just because I love how it looks. I love the story. I love the aesthetics. I love the gameplay.
God, that
and I will definitely be hopping in here.
That shot's spooky. Yeah, this is, as I said earlier, I'm spreading my horror wings a little bit more and more. This one's a little too there.
Spider Boy at the end is not.
This is a little too intimate. It's a little too close and personal. A little too chaotic with the melee combat. I do like that it seems like it's very like, block a specific direction, slash a specific, kind of like, it's not that, it doesn't seem like it's that in depth, but like there's some elements of that in there. Kind of mixing weapons. Like, does it seem like they start with like, oh no, I think they just have a hammer there. Interesting, horrifying, disgusting creature variety. You got the little rat guys, you got the skeletons, you got this big old guy, you got, there's just so much going on in these creature designs. I don't know what's even happening here.
Swallowing a sword?
Why? Yeah, this is this is a game that I will not play, but I will definitely watch you play.
Yeah.
Because I like that there does seem to be some gun action.
Little,
little musket.
Little musket.
Musket. Muskets are back. Muskets are in. There's so much swallowing of things in this game. I don't know.
Listen, sometimes the demons come out. Happy Pride, like Shazam was saying, you gotta swallow some stuff.
Oh no. Yeah, there's some shots in here that are genuinely
disturbing.
Fucked up. Yeah, this is chilling. Sassy. Thank you for stopping by. We are getting close here to wrapping up for the day. I'll be sharing the schedule for the rest of the week here in a second. Yeah, this guy's fucked up. Everyone's in this is a little fucked up.
Fucked up little guy.
I don't think there's one guy in this trailer that I'm like, that guy's not fucked up. Oh, 2025. This does have.
Okay, so next year.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up guys in that one. Labyrinth of the fucked up guys is what they should call it, actually.
What happened to the Labyrinth of the Demon King? It was Labyrinth of the Demon Freaks. They just did freaky shit in there.
You're onto something, I think.
Right? Where's the H game coming from this?
Oh no. No. Yeah, I think we've done it. There was what? Let's see the final count again. There was 98? 90? No, wait. 73 plus
91,
7.
91.
91. I did my math wrong. 91 games all in one day, and this was one show. Just one. Tomorrow, boy howdy.
The real fun begins.
Let me pull over the schedule image into this screen.
This was just the appetizer.
This is a little treat. What a time to be a gamer. Truly. Makes you kind of giggle when Jeff Keighley the other day said, it's a dry year for games. Not a lot to be announced. Jeff, explain yourself. So, today we had the Guerrilla Collective, and that was it. And we're done. And we're ready to take a mini break before I get into the mines. What a game to be a timer. Get into the mines and recap today's showcase over at VGG, videogamesgood.com. But tomorrow, things get wacky as we've got 4 shows to cover. Starting with 5 actually. There's one on here that isn't on here because we weren't sure how important it was, and then started to see some shows on there or games on there that we definitely want to check out. But opening with the Accessibility Showcase, second year that it's been here, all about putting the spotlight on the ways that games are working to be a little more accessible, spotlighting disabled gamers, developers, and the ways that the industry is working towards making it for all of them and all of us, and making things easier for everyone, which is always great. Then we have Jeff Keighley's Extravaganza, the Summer Game Fest. Tease to, again, he's trying to tease the lower expectations. I would say that's for the people that are expecting, like, games that we haven't heard of and wanting the biggest announcements possible. I think there's still going to be a lot of juice there. A lot of things that, we only saw like a cinematic trailer for that we're finally going to see gameplay of, stuff like that. So, pretty exciting. I believe Honkai is during the Summer Game Fest. They were there last year, I believe. So, and Zenless Zone Zero was there as well. So yeah, they'll be there. Actually, yeah, in between those 2 shows is the secret 5th show, which is IGN Live. They are hosting a in-person and digital event, trying to kind of bring back the in-person kind of expo-like vibe of E3 to the LA area, to the gamers, having a lot of games playable there, having celebrities stopping by there and stuff like that. So that'll be something we're going to tune into. They have a digital showcase at 1 p.m. That will turn on and either decide how much we're going to watch or not, because it's a mix. It's games, but it's also like movies, and it's also like all these other. It's just kind of hard to tell, how much we'll focus in on that. But then after Summer Game Fest is Day of the Devs. Great showcase every year. Genuinely some of the most inventive bits of gaming coverage. What am I trying to say? Gaming showcases. They have it's highly curated, and so they have some of the most interesting indie games at that showcase. Always a banger after banger showcase, so I'm excited for that. And immediately after that is Devolver Direct, which is, I can't even begin to explain or try to prepare you for what's going to happen there. This is themed after Volvi's 15th birthday. If you recall, last year Volvi was re-debuted, we should say, coming back after being a classic gaming mascot that we all know and love with his big hand for gaming.
That's right.
And he killed everyone, so he's back. It's his birthday. And that'll be exciting. Lots of Devolver's got some juice too. There's some games I'm really excited to see from Devolver, including the next game from Nariel, the developers of VGG GOTY nominee Card Shark. Their next game is called Crush House, and it's basically you are the person filming a Big Brother-esque show, and that's the game. And you have to catch the drama as it's happening throughout this reality show house, and that's gonna be fun. Let's see. Glory says, will tomorrow wind up being one whole stream? Yeah, it's gonna be one whole stream because all of these things just run into the next thing, Glory. So accessibility is actually at 8 a.m. and we are going to just wait towards the end of the day. We're not going to wake up at 8 a.m., do a quick stream, turn it off, come back. So we're gonna actually do that at 12, and then that rolls into IGN Live, which rolls into Summer Game Fest, and Summer Game Fest is 2 hours, so that'll roll into Day of the Devs, which will roll into Devolver Direct, and it's gonna be a lot for us, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna push through for all of you, and at the end of we're not gonna do like we did today, where we watch the show and then we recap after. We're gonna watch all of the shows and then recap each one afterwards with our highlights. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be so much, but it's going to be so exciting. I think tomorrow's going to be, Guerrilla was like a nice warm-up, nice tune-up for what's to come. And tomorrow's going to just have so much. Like, by the end of the day, we're going to be like, wait, what did Jeff Keighley announce again? It's gonna be so good. And you can see the rest of the week. I'm not gonna go over every day here, but you can see the rest of the week there, and lots to come. These next 2 days are gonna be packed, jam packed. So keep it
stuffed even. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be stuffed for Thanksgiving. Oh, gotta take this.
I'm stuffed on a Friday night.
Hey yo, we did it! Day 1.
That is day 1.
We've made it through to the other side. How does everyone feel? How are you feeling, Fish, after day 1?
I am satiated for day 1. I'm here. That was a good appetizer. It was 91 games, but it was still, kind of just going to be rolling into Friday and Saturday, which are going to be the big boy days where, it's going to be stressful, but very, very, very exciting. As we know, video games are good, man.
Video games are good. They could call it here, and I would be satisfied. Viddy, guess what? There's so much more to come.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just looking to be even more satisfied. Viddy's coming away with a big belly of gaming satisfaction.
Huge belly stuffed
at the end of this. So yeah, I'm excited for all of it. Glad you all are here. Thanks for coming out in general. That was a fun time. That was a super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool time. We're gonna go raid. I think we're gonna go raid Squidly, who we talked about earlier today, who is actively working on rename development right now. So we're gonna go raid over there, show some love. Let me get that going here. And yeah, we'll see you again tomorrow. 12 p.m. is when things, a little before 12 p.m. is when things kick off. And yeah, come on back. Yeah, Squidly again, a game we saw in the showcase today. Go show some love. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anything else? Anything else to say?
Epic has Midnight Suns for free right now. That's a good game. Go pick that up.
Yo, really? That's a great game. Go, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
100% pick that up.
What a banger of a game to just throw out there for free.
Fern's here. Fern, say your final messages.
Closing message.
Hello, everybody. It
How was your meeting?
was fine.
Okay.
Nice.
Had tech issues at the start, and then it was fine. Hello, I'm back, and I'm here to say that video games are good.
How you feel after day 1?
Controversial.
How do you feel after day 1?
You want to fight me about it? Day 1 was good. I think there's room for improvement, and I think we'll probably see that Friday and Saturday.
Tomorrow's going to be nuts.
But it was a really good start.
Hell yeah. Well, let's go raid Squidly, who had a trailer debut today, which is really cool. Let's show some love.
Let's do it.
I'll see you guys over there. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.